in the mythical world of ancient China, a land of legendary monsters, evil witches, and sinister villains, the wise monk Tripitaka and his protector Monkey set out on a treacherous journey in search of the fabled Scrolls of Wisdom. Joined by Pigsy and Sandy, these four companions travel together through this strange and magical world, enduring perilous adventures and dangerous adversaries on their mission for the Emperor and all of China. The Legends of the Monkey King is China's greatest story. It is an expedition unlike any other ever taken. It is the journey to the West. Arriving in the kingdom of Shui Wei, Tripitaka and his companions found the people in a tremendous state of excitement. The first thing they did was seek out an inn where they could rest and find something to eat.
We're looking for a place to stay, innkeeper, and you appear to have plenty of room.
Everyone's gone off to catch the wedding sack.
The what?
The king's daughter throws a colored sack into the street, and whoever hangs onto it will become her husband.
Woohoo!
Surely the princess doesn't want to choose a husband that way.
Sure she does. It was her idea.
What does His Royal Highness say about it?
He's not overjoyed, but he does whatever his daughter tells him to do.
Come, Monkey. We need rest. Let's find our rooms.
Meanwhile, as the eager throngs watched, the gates of the king's palace were suddenly opened wide, and before the stunned gaze of the populace, a procession of soldiers in full battle dress marched out into the streets of the city, led with great pomp by the captain of the royal guard. All the unmarried men from far and wide stood in rapt wonderment as the king's daughter rode out of the palace on the back of a mighty elephant. Back at the inn, the innkeeper dozed in the warm sunshine, far from the crowds and noise of the city. Pigsy, however, had other ideas. He was itching to go to the palace and see what happened when the princess threw the wedding sack. The street in front of the palace was crowded with would-be husbands as the great elephant rumbled by.
Hey, I can't see, fellas. Can you move a little? Excuse me.
Pigsy caught sight of the princess atop the elephant, and he was utterly entranced.
Stand by, gentlemen, for the princess will now be throwing the wedding sack.
Ready, boys?
I'm over here, princess. Yes! Do your worst, men.
After him! Catch the pig!
Pigsy did not really want to marry the princess. He just wanted to have a little fun.
Huh? What the? I got it! It's mine! I'm not down yet! Here I come! Gotcha! Huh? Hey, come back here!
Meanwhile, Tripitaka sat in his room at the inn, peacefully reading.
Master, I'm afraid Pigsy's gone out.
Where's he gone?
I'll bet you he's chasing that wedding sack.
Oh, no. You and Sandy had better get him and bring him back right away.
Here I come!
All right, come on, let's get him.
Really, Pigsy, what do you think you're doing?
Out of my way, monkey! What are you doing?
You want the wedding sack? Come and get it, Pigsy. It's a little harder than it appears, isn't it?
I was doing fine till you showed up.
Let me show you how it's done, gentlemen. Watch the sack. It's all in the balance. Now for the grand finale. Game's over, Pigsy. Time to come home.
What?
Back at the inn, Tripitaka was in for a surprise.
Where in the world did this come from?
Whoever's in that room, come out here right now. You have the wedding sack. You will marry the princess.
But it just flew into my hands.
That doesn't matter. My orders are clear. You will marry the princess.
But I don't want the sack, and I don't want to marry anyone.
Yes, but you've got the sack right there in your hands. And I'm sorry, but rules are rules.
How can a mere sack determine someone's future?
I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. And now, put him in the carriage, men.
And so, Tripitaka was unceremoniously taken away to become the husband of the princess. Meanwhile, Monkey, Pigsy, and Sandy were walking back to the inn when they saw Pigsy's jacket at a vendor's stall.
Where did you get that?
That? I found it near the palace. Maybe you'd like to buy it.
I'm not paying for it. It's mine.
It's not yours until you pay to take it off my hands.
I want my jacket, and I want it now. Don't make me force you.
Now, Pigsy, the vendor doesn't know you're a brave warrior from China. He'll be happy to give you back your jacket.
What's mine is mine. That's all I meant.
I don't want any trouble. Take the jacket.
Here.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't even know how I lost it.
You lost it when you were chasing that wedding sack, silly pig.
Back at the royal palace,
She's here.
He looks nice.
But daughter, he's a monk.
But he's the one that I want.
Are you absolutely sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
So be it. Honored visitor, you have won my daughter's hand.
Your Majesty, I am a monk on my way to India with 3 companions. I did not try to catch this sack in the first place, and I certainly cannot marry your daughter, the princess.
I suppose you think she's not good enough for you. Is that what you mean?
I simply cannot marry her.
Captain!
Yes, sire.
This monk is refusing to marry the princess, and I want you to see to it that he changes his mind.
Right. You see those snakes down there in the pit, monk? They're poisonous. Just agree to marry the princess and save yourself the trouble of accidentally falling in.
I am somewhat confused. Tell me, how were you able to find me so quickly after the sack fell into my hands?
The princess told me exactly where I would find you.
So, she knew this beforehand.
She's clever.
I have an answer for you to take to the king. Tell him I consent.
Will the captain hurt my future husband?
No, he'll just scare him into agreeing to marry you.
Majesty, the monk's changed his mind, but he wants to see his companions first.
Why not?
at that very moment, the companions were arriving at the inn, expecting to find Tripitaka.
Master, didn't you know your friend caught the wedding sack? He went to the palace to meet his bride. Now the soldiers who took him there have come back, asking for the 3 of you.
Did I hear you say he caught the wedding sack?
Yeah, that's right.
Monkey, this is your fault because you kicked the sack and it flew in here.
But I kicked it in the opposite direction to the inn. How could it ever have possibly landed here?
Maybe the wind blew it in here.
No, something strange is going on. First of all, let's go and find out what these soldiers want from us.
Are you the monk's companions?
We are.
He's waiting at the palace and he wants to see you right away.
So Monkey, Pigsy, and Sandy were brought to the palace and led into the throne room. The princess watched them approach with an evil look in her eye.
The monk's companions, here to see him as he requested.
Tripitaka certainly appeared to his friends like a dutiful husband-to-be.
Tripitaka is going to marry my daughter, so you must continue your pilgrimage without him. But before you leave, he has asked to speak with you in private. You may hold a brief consultation in the palace gardens, but be quick about it.
May I accompany you and your friends to the garden?
No. We'll only be a moment.
Very well, then, as you wish.
The captain of the guard led the companions into the garden, where a light meal had been prepared for them. Little did they know that they were being watched, for the real princess had been kidnapped by a witch who wanted to marry Tripitaka and rule the kingdom herself. The witch transformed into a rabbit so she could better spy on them.
Please, Captain, we were told we could speak in private.
Right.
I have to make sure the princess isn't listening to us. She is a witch of some kind with great magic powers. She knew in advance where the wedding sack would land. She couldn't have done that unless she was using her powers to control it.
But if the princess is a witch, then what happened to the king's real daughter?
She must be a prisoner somewhere.
Don't worry, Master. Monkey will find her.
And why not you?
Monkey, I'm eating.
Master, I will go and search for the princess.
Where will you look?
The witch may have a cave or fortress in the mountains where she's holding the princess captive.
Should I not try to escape from here?
No, stay, but here's what you do if there's trouble. Master, if anything happens to you and you need me, just break this bottle. I'll know right away. Pigsy and Sandy, pretend to leave the palace, but stay nearby. I'll be back as soon as I've rescued the princess.
Monkey flew off to find where the witch had hidden the princess. Although Pigsy and Sandy were nearby, Tripitaka felt uneasy, and his heart yearned for the road and the setting sun. In the kingdom of Shay Wei, an evil witch, posing as the king's daughter, was plotting to force Tripitaka to marry her. Monkey had discovered the witch's treachery. He searched the countryside for the real princess, guessing rightly that the witch was holding her prisoner. But the witch set a trap for Monkey. Using her magic golden cup, she knocked him unconscious. Monkey was now her prisoner as well. When Monkey came to, he was in the witch's cave, with his hands chained so he could not reach his magic hair to free himself.
That's the king's daughter. Princess, wake up! We must find a way to escape from here.
Who am I?
The witch has cast an amnesia spell over her. I have to help her recover her memory.
Early the next morning, Pigsy and Sandy were camped near the royal palace, waiting for Monkey to return from his search for the princess. Sandy was beginning to get worried.
Pigsy! Monkey's not back yet.
What?
And I'm worried about the master.
I'm hungry. I want some porridge.
Pigsy, the master's still at the palace.
Yeah, so what?
So the witch may try to marry him today.
Well, let's go to the palace and make sure she doesn't.
Sandy was right to be worried. The witch had decided to marry Tripitaka that very morning. Still disguised as the princess, she ordered 2 palace servants to bring him a suit of wedding clothes.
You'll be getting married very soon. So if you'll please put on your wedding suit.
Master, if anything happens and you need me, just break this bottle.
Don't keep the princess waiting.
In desperation, Tripitaka broke the bottle and saw the magic protection Monkey had provided him.
4 copies of me. 4 copies of me.
Your Majesty, we have bad news.
Hasn't Tripitaka put on his wedding suit?
No, and what's worse, there are 5 of him.
5 Tripitakas?
I want to see this for myself. Come along, Father. There are 5 of you.
What's going on here? Huh? The 5 of them are identical. There's no way to tell them apart. Only a sorcerer could do this. My dear, I don't think you ought to marry Tripitaka.
He's not to blame. His friends did this, but I'll figure out which one of these Tripitakas is the real one, and I'll marry him.
Well, you'd better find the real one, because you can't very well marry all 5 of them.
Let's throw 4 of them in the dungeon and she can marry the one that's left.
Never!
Then what will we do?
Your Majesty!
Huh?
2 of Tripitaka's friends are at the palace gates.
They mustn't be allowed in.
Let me see Tripitaka or I'll break these gates down! I warned you!
We've come to see Tripitaka. Lead us to him.
Guards, throw them out!
Seeing the gods overcome, the king and the captain were enraged and attacked.
Let's find the master.
Sandy, look! There's 5 masters there!
Yes, and 1 witch who is now...
But you all look exactly alike!
We better go find Monkey. He'll know which one's the real master.
Stop! Huh? Release the princess and give yourselves up! You can't escape!
Oh, great! What now, Sandy?
We need the horse. Whistle for it.
Hearing Pigsy's whistle, the pilgrim's horse came at a gallop. The soldiers tried to stop it, but nothing could prevent the faithful animal from joining its masters.
I'll take the witch and find Monkey! Sandy, you stay and guard the 5 masters! Yeah! Yeah!
Don't shoot at the pig! You might hit the princess!
Yeah! Yeah!
Let's capture everyone who's still in there! Don't move! Or you can say goodbye to these 5.
You win. Don't hurt them.
We won't, as long as you return the princess.
I'll go get her. But I warn you, if you harm any of those 5 monks while I'm gone, you're going to regret it.
When Sandy found the witch, she was not Pigsy's prisoner. He was her prisoner.
Your friend the pig was no match for my magic powers. I'm already holding Monkey and the princess. If you don't want them to get hurt, you will surrender.
All right.
Good. Now throw down your spear.
The witch brought Pigsy and Sandy to her cave, where Monkey and the princess were already prisoners.
Pigsy, where's the master?
Masters, you mean? There are 5 Tripitakas and they all look exactly alike!
But you're going to tell me which of those Tripitakas is the real one, or else I'm liable to lose my temper.
Fine, I'll tell you. Only the real Tripitaka can recite the ancient lotus poem.
Thank you. Next time you see me, I'll have married the real Tripitaka.
What are we gonna do now, Monkey?
We'll get the princess to free us, but first we must break the amnesia spell that the witch cast over her.
Break the amnesia spell? How are we gonna do that?
I'll try to jar her memory by taking the form of her father.
Who are you? Your face is familiar.
Of course my face is familiar to you. I'm your father. Come a little closer, my dear.
My memory is starting to return. I remember a great palace.
That palace is your home, and right beside it is a garden where flowers grow, and tall palm trees sway in the summer breeze.
Yes, it's all coming back.
Then you must surely remember that you're a royal princess who was taken prisoner by an evil witch.
I remember!
Good. Now pull a single hair from my head, and I'll free us.
Whatever you say, Father.
Huh?
Here you are.
We're free!
Still in disguise, the witch returned to the palace.
Father, I'm back.
What happened to the pilgrims who captured you?
They released me and ran away.
They might try to rescue Tripitaka.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Do you still want to marry that monk?
Oh, yes, Father. Tripitaka is definitely the husband for me.
But, my dear, there are 5 of him.
I believe I know how to tell which is the real one.
Bring in the 5 Tripitakas.
Yes, sire. Monks, go before the king.
Only the real Tripitaka can recite the ancient lotus poem.
Which of you 5 can recite the ancient lotus poem?
Violets are blue, lotuses are pink. A good monk likes to sit and think. Apples
They
are
all
red,
know the
cinnamon,
ancient lotus
Your
poem.
Majesty! Tripitaka's 3 friends just broke through the gate again!
Don't let them in here.
I'll keep them out, sire.
What are you doing here?
Knowing she was trapped, the witch pretended to faint, then used her magic powers to escape. all that remained was a wax copy of the princess on the floor.
My daughter has fainted! Someone get the smelling salts!
That's just a wax figure. Your real daughter's over there.
Father! The evil witch had taken me prisoner, but these brave pilgrims rescued me.
Oh, my dear.
Father!
Fake Trippy Takas, disappear!
You thought you defeated me? Well, you were wrong. Look out! Trippy Taka, I will marry you!
No.
Using her magic golden cup, the witch captured Trippy Taka.
Master!
No!
Monkey!
Huh? I'll save you, Master!
Get used to it, Trippy Taka. You're mine.
Come back here with my master!
While Monkey flew after the escaping witch, Pigsy was making an important discovery at the palace.
What's this? The witch dropped her wand here. There's writing on it. It says Duchess Moonlight. Oh, I'll go see the Duchess and ask her to help defeat the witch.
Good luck, Pigsy.
The witch brought Trippy Taka to her mountain hideout. Knowing that Monkey was still after her, she used her magic cup to distract him while she pulled Trippy Taka into the hideout through a secret entrance. But Monkey soon freed himself and resumed his pursuit.
I'll find you, witch!
At last, Monkey discovered the hideout.
Sorry I kept you waiting, Master.
Huh? Monkey! Ah!
The witch did her worst, but she was no match for Monkey. She was soon exhausted.
Good work, Monkey.
Are you finally going to give up, witch? Or do I have
Monkey, I'll take care of things from here.
Duchess Moonlight!
Yes, it's me, but that's no witch. She's a magical rabbit who escaped my moon garden and came down to Earth.
In that case, I'll let you take her back to where she belongs, Duchess.
Rabbit, are you ready to come home?
Yes, Duchess. I was foolish to impersonate the princess and try to make Trippy Taka marry me.
All is forgiven, dear rabbit. Pigsy, I want to thank you for coming to tell me that the rabbit was down here.
You're very welcome, Duchess. Oh,
Good work, old friend.
it was nothing, Monkey. Don't mention it.
No, you deserve a big thank you.
Yeah, how about a big meal instead?
Oh, all right. Let's go get some food.
And so, Pigsy was rewarded with a great feast in the royal palace of Shay Wei. Then the 4 pilgrims gathered up their belongings and set out once again on their journey to the west.